Hello there, Libra. Thank you for joining me tonight. You will not be disappointed. It will be a reading to remember. So, everybody, this is your love reading. Just got to log into my chat here. But this will be your love reading for November 15th to December 1st, 2021. Give me a second here. There we go. Alrighty. So let's get started, guys. A little bit later than I said I would be, but you guys don't know how many blue raspberries I had to crush to get this. It's the most natural fruit there is, the blue raspberry. Hello there, D. How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. Happy to have you on the channel, though. All right. Let's get started here. Let's shuffle for Pisces. Pisces. That's a Reese's Pieces joke, for those of you that don't know. All right, let's see what we can do for you. Let's shuffle a little bit, see what we can come up with. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought blue raspberries were, I thought that was an artificial thing. If there actually is blue raspberries, then, I may be... So this right here, this is, this is Ultima. The brand is called Ultima, and it's an electrolyte mix. So you just take a couple scoopfuls of this stuff. There's like 90 servings in one jar, and you take a couple scoopfuls and you can make it in water and stuff. But this gives you electrolytes and trace minerals. So it's really good though. It tastes incredible. The magnesium drink will give you diarrhea though, so be on the lookout. I love it. It's super calm until you have to go to the bathroom. Okay, anyway, enough about that. Here we go, Libra. Here we go. Let's do one more, and then let's start with your reading. Okay. Okay, your love reading. This is interesting right here. Okay, so this is going to be for Pisces, like I said earlier. We have Serendipity. This card right here. Serendipity, and I'll explain what all of this means here. If I want to, I may not want to. We have the Divine Masculine. It's kind of hard to see that. And then we have the distorted feminine right here. So that's going to be, this is really fascinating. We have serendipity, we have the divine masculine, and then we have the distorted feminine. And this right here, this is where it gets interesting, because how do we have serendipity with divine masculine and the distorted feminine? Maybe we could be looking at Pisces, we could be looking at a relationship here where there could be a someone who has more male energy, and I say male energy or masculine energy, and not necessarily a man, because it can be a woman as well, right? Depending on the relationships. But the one thing that we can look at here is the divine masculine, the distorted feminine. There could be someone in your life who is helping to bring you into alignment to your higher self. The divine masculine is like basically imagine like a sitcom father, like a really good kind of fatherly person. The divine masculine kind of is a nurturing feeling. It gives you advice. It gives you that kind of practical advice. And it's something that can help us to be who we are meant to be, because it's nurturing. It's masculine, but it can be nurturing. So Pisces, with this serendipity, okay, and then the distorted feminine, It could be that maybe we found someone who is helping to bring us into a state of alignment or a state of balance. None of these cards are in reverse, so it feels like we can understand, possibly Pisces, that we can be a lot to handle sometimes, or you can be a lot to handle sometimes, but not necessarily in a way that is like negative, but maybe in a way that's trauma based, maybe in a way where our shame response is triggered easily, or we feel guilty over things, and this person comes in, shakes things up, and it's kind of like the Dharma to your Greg. If you guys have ever seen the sitcom Dharma and Greg, that's the kind of energy this person's giving you, the ability to express yourself or to help yourself to express yourself, if that makes sense. I feel like there's a teacher kind of mentality here. And even though this is supposed to be a love reading, this can also be something where it could just be a good friend or someone that's helping us to move into a way that we can learn to love ourselves and in turn just love in general, right? That's what I'm seeing here. So this right here is a beautiful thing. This isn't something that's it's not like a preachiness, like how I get sometimes a little bit preachy. No, this right here is something where it's just this kind, nurturing force. And so let's look a little bit more into this and see what else we can find, Pisces. And let's shuffle these cards here. All right. So I'm going to take another drink. You guys, if literally this is just me drinking on this channel. It's not booze, but it is blues. Anyway, let me take a sip here. Okay. Let's do this. My cat is shuffling his deck as well, otherwise known as his scratching post. You doing okay over there, buddy? He's going to be doing it for a while. Nah, of course, as soon as I move it over there, he stops. Take that as Pisces, you guys are being blessed. You have been blessed by Yoshi. I don't know if that's good or bad. He is a capricious cat. But know one thing. He's just weird. Nothing else going on. So let's do this here. Let's do 2 more shuffles with the tarot. And I say the tarot with these cards because this is an actual traditional tarot deck. Mainly traditional. The other cards we were using were the True Love tarot deck. Alright, so let's do this here. Let's see what we get. Four of Wands, 2 of Swords in reverse, and 7 of Swords is what we got here. So 4 of Wands, underneath Serendipity. Both of these are upright. 4 of Wands underneath Serendipity. This is working together to build something better than what we could individually. So this is a really, really good card to have, because this is something where we get to see what it looks like to be around someone who's well-adjusted, okay? We've talked about it a little bit on the channel before, but there's a bunch of different attachment styles. Look into the science of it. It's called a theory, the attachment style theory. I personally do not think it's a theory. I think it's a fact. But it's an interesting study into how people are in relationships and why they are that way. So it's something to me that makes a lot of sense, because you have people that are secure in their attachment style, and it's because they were raised a certain way with parents that weren't too absent or too clingy around their child. Look it up and you guys can see what I'm saying. But this person that I'm talking about here has a secure attachment style, okay? That's like the holy grail of the whole attachment style. It's someone who's calm. It's someone who can understand their emotions. It's someone who can be open to receiving or perceiving exactly what's going on, because they don't have a lot of, I guess, like biases or things that they're going through that are difficult. They still have issues, they still have problems like anybody else, but they understand how to navigate around those kinds of issues and problems. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. If it sounds confusing or if it sounds like it's a little bit much, hold on one second here. Okay. Okay. So then we have, so like I said, building something together. Building something together that would otherwise be hard to do by yourself. So it's allowing something to be built. It's allowing a harmonious energy to come into your life. And you're not trying to fight it. You're not trying to fight that energy. Then we have Two of Swords in reverse on the Divine Masculine card that's upright. So this could be that we are struggling. We are struggling to think that someone could be on our side. We've been so far removed from being in the good graces of people, from being in a place where people feel understanding and can feel compassionate for us, that we get suspicious. We get suspicious whenever someone is nice. We get suspicious whenever someone tells us something, right? And I understand we shouldn't take words at their face value necessarily. We should take action as being the primary kind of thing that we're talking about here. Especially in a love relationship, action does speak louder than words, right? I can tell you I'm going to do something. That's not hard for me to do. I can tell you I can jump up and touch the moon. I can do it, but you guys can't look when I do it. No, it's a situation where I can say whatever I want to you, right? I could do that, but I could be lying my ass off. I could be doing something just to get in your good graces, just to get in your good space again. And then sometimes that's enough for people to let their guard down. But what's important is if someone says something, watch and see if they follow through. If they don't, you know they're full of shit. You know that's not someone you want to be with. If they keep breaking promises left and right, they are not the person for you, right? Okay, so then we have the distorted feminine, and we have the Seven of Swords, okay? Distorted feminine and the Seven of Swords. Our mentality has been stolen away, okay? Our view of the world has been skewed past trauma, past kind of events coming in here. This isn't a bad reading. This isn't a bad reading. In fact, this is kind of the light at the end of the tunnel more than anything. I feel like there's someone here that's helping us. They're giving us their hand. And I'm feeling the word promise. I'm feeling the word understanding that's coming in here. And from that, actually, I feel like we're looking at the colors, and I'll explain this here. You guys get the cards for you, and then I get the psychic ability for me, so it evens out. So what I feel here is the color purple, okay? And I'll explain to you what I mean by the color purple. So the color purple is a spiritual color. It's a royalty color. It's a powerful color. In fact, the color purple was never used in any world flags, like any continent flags or anything like that in the olden days, because it was so rare. They would, in Egypt, to get it was like 1 gram or 1 ounce of purple, they'd have to grind up thousands of these beetles to make the dye to get the purple. So purple is a very rare and a very beautiful kind of color, right? When we're talking about that. But it also has a lot of spiritual connotation, a lot of spiritual connections. So purple to me represents regality. It represents nobility. It represents a spiritual connection. The purple represents the third eye. The third eye and the purple is represented by amethyst. Okay, that is a very, very beautiful stone, and it helps us to connect with our spiritual self. What does the third eye do? It sees through illusion. What is this person trying to help us with? Seeing through illusion. So the purple coming in actually makes a lot of sense. The purple also means hope. The purple also means hope. Now, when we're looking at this, okay, when we're looking at the word hope, I'm again seeing something, and it's like a lighter yellow color. The lighter yellow represents willpower. It represents the solar plexus chakra, which is fire. So we're talking about going down here, okay? The one right below the heart is the solar plexus. That's fire. That's willpower. So this right here is showing us that this person is helping us to understand our own resolve. This person is helping us to understand who we are as a person. And that's kind of the whole thing, right? That's if someone can help us to understand ourselves better, that's going to help us in the future. That's going to help us in the long run. But this right here, the distorted feminine with the 7 of Swords, is us stealing our own mentality away. It's us stealing our own peace away because we feel like we have to struggle, because we feel like life has to be hard. And sometimes when life has been hard for so long, if someone comes in and tries to make it easier, we say, no, 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 let me suffer, right? That's kind of how we are, and we can drop that. I feel like there's a time now where we can set down all of the bullshit and we can just sort of be who we're meant to be in the moment. So with that being said, you guys, this is a beautiful reading. Let things happen for you. Let things kind of take their course. Realize that when someone is the teacher and you're the student, if it's a good relationship, there should be a switch. There should be a switch where you're the student, or where you're the teacher and they're the student, right? There should always be kind of a learning. There should be a learning. And in a really good relationship, we're looking for a partner that is curious about the other partner, okay? So that's something that we can use going forward. All right, so we are moving on here, you guys. Please, if this resonates with you, book a reading through my website, okay? I promise you guys, I do not bite, at least not on camera. And we can go from there, okay? So everyone, I will see you in Sagittarius. Everyone take care and toodaloo, all right?